What's up, guys? The mailman hooked me up with a stack of mail today, so I figured, why not open it up together? What do you think?
Here's the that never that makes me wanna wag my.
Let these wounds forever mark your cowardice.
Okay, I don't even really know where to start with this. I have a package from Nameless Grave Records, one from CDN Records over in Canada, Dark Descent, and I'm going to butcher this record label. Hypaethral Records. They're kind of a Canadian / New York. They're right there on Niagara Falls, like on the border record label. But I guess I'll just go in the order that I have them stacked up here, and we'll cut into them and go through this stuff together. Pretty excited. I like coming home. Actually, these were in the mail yesterday. I love coming home on a Friday with a weekend off and then having a stack of killer tunes waiting on me to open up and enjoy my weekend with. So we'll see what we got here from Nameless Grave. First up, we have a flyer for Soldiers of Steel Returns. This is a show in August of this year in Seattle at the Substation Seattle. So if you're in the area, there you go. You might want to swing by and see Saint and Sanctuary, and it looks like some killer heavy metal going on there. First up, the first CD that I got in this is Lividus with their 2026 release entitled Zeicrydeus. Yeah, I butchered that, and I apologize. This is Portland, Oregon, progressive. I'll say progressive, melodic. Death thrash, I guess, kind of has that old school thrashy death metal vibe going on, but in a very melodic sense. The progressiveness on this album kind of has more to do with like dissonance and atmospherics, but I saw this on Bandcamp and I was pretty intrigued by it, and then I saw a sale pop up for Nameless Grave Records, and I believe it was like a 30, it was a pretty decent amount sale with a discount code, so I jumped in and picked this one up. Haven't given the full album an entire listen yet, but everything that I've heard on this I've absolutely enjoyed. This is the debut full length. They had a couple of demo or EPs that came out, I believe around 2023 24, somewhere along those lines, that were pretty solid as well. So the most previous demo was actually very strong, so I'm looking forward to checking this this whole entire debut album out. I'll show you guys the liner there on the inside. Pretty cool looking artwork on this, so definitely stoked to have this one and be able to spend some time with it in the near future. I'll show you guys the disc. Not a whole lot going on, just the logo for the band, the album title, Zeicrydeus. Yeah, I don't know. The next one I'm going to show, I'm just going to let you know the pronunciation is not going to be any better. I'm going to go ahead and get it out of the shrink wrap, so save ourselves a little bit here. And all right, yeah, I'm going to butcher this one, I promise. This is one-man project out of Quebec. And they make it almost impossible to read. I'm going to have to look at my order here to read it off of that, because Zeicrydeus with La Grande Heresy. Yeah. So there you go. As I was saying, this is a one-man project out of Quebec. I'm going to have all this stuff linked up down there in the description. Don't worry, because I know I am the world's worst at pronouncing and all that stuff. So good little glare. You can see the back, everything I have on the wall back there through the disc. But as I was saying, one man project out of, I believe, Quebec. Very progressive, kind of almost they call it like antique metal. It's like this blackened heavy metal, like trad metal style. It has some thrash metal going on. It even brings in some doom elements. Has a very very atmospheric feel, but it has like this antique old style feel to the music as well. Pretty interesting stuff. I believe this came out last year. I was checking this out as I was kind of perusing the site and some of the stuff that they had available, and I actually ended up really digging this. There's me in the reflection there, so, and there's Lemmy, but that's about as good as you're going to get as far as being able to look at that disc because of the reflection. I don't have my little anti-glare thing up. I just was excited to get in here and record some more content. There's the album cover without the jewel case, so you can get a better look. Inside of the booklet, a lot of the lyrics and everything. I'm loving that a lot of these bands and labels lately have been getting back to the full lyric booklets, not just a little fold out with a picture or something. I like having the lyrics and stuff to kind of read along to as I go through and listen to the album. So a couple of solid recent Nameless Grave Records releases there, so pretty stoked to have them into the collection. Let me take a drink or two and then we'll pop open this CDN Records package. All right, we'll jump into this CDN Records. I don't even remember off the top of my head everything that was in here. This was another sale. I think it was like buy one get one half off, and I picked up 4 CDs, I believe. I do remember there is a split, like a skinless dehumanized split in here that kind of sparked the whole order for me. I saw that one on the site, and then I wanted that. Everything else kind of bred from that. So here we go, packed up in some bubble wrap. Good to see with it coming over from Canada. It seems everything has arrived in good shape. So we'll get this joker open and see what we have in there. Good thing about when you place an order, like several orders like I do, and you kind of forget what you picked up, it's a bit of a surprise and all over. So we got the skinless dehumanized split right off the top, so we'll get that one out of the way. New York death metal, what can I say? You guys know skinless and dehumanized. If you're watching my channel, I'm positive you know both of those bands. This is the split put out through Brutal Mind Productions back in 2023. It's been on my want list for quite a minute, and I just haven't had the opportunity to pick it up. Most of the places that I had seen this, it was quite pricey, so just glad to have it. Some stuff, I think most of these tracks are available on some of the earlier physical releases from these bands. This got the Swollen Heaps kind of demo. I don't know if the tracks on that are different than some that made it to the full length, so I'll have to go back but I'm looking forward to spending some time with this. I love old Skinless. I saw Skinless way back, 99, 2000. It was one of the worst road trips I had ever made to go see Skinless the first time, and they canceled. But I got to see them maybe 6 months to a year after that when they played in Memphis. But that road trip to go see Skinless in St. Louis, it was 99 or 2000, was absolutely horrible. I thought I was never going to make it out of that alive, and then Skinless canceled their set on that tour. Of course, I saw some other good bands, but glad that I got to see Skinless later. It's got Crispy Kids, Merry Melody, Pull a Stool, so lots of good stuff. Not knocking the dehumanized part of this either. This has some nostalgia aspects for me as far as the Skinless tracks. So next up, we have a band out of Romania. This is Necrotum. This is another one I saw on there that I've been meaning to pick up for a minute. This band has put out a ton of material in a very short period of time. I kind of was introduced to this band through Iron Fortress Records, and I've been slowly chipping away. I think this band's been around since maybe 6-7 years. 2019, I think, is when they first started putting out music, and they've already got a list. I mean, they're going for that Nunslaughter style discography or something, because they put out a ton of material in a very short period of time. Very mature for it being a relatively young band. A lot that they are. Well, drop me. Oh, I'm old. Drop the booklet. I was going to show you guys. As I was saying, very mature sounding as far as like their song structures and their just their layout for the album. They know when to give the listener a chance to breathe, if that makes any sense. They're just not beating you over the head with death metal, relentless death metal from top to bottom. You actually have a moment to kind of compose yourself and actually enjoy the structure and everything of the album. So kudos to Necrotum for that. Very killer release. Glad to have this one in the collection. This is their newest. Came out last year. So with the way that they've been putting out material, I'm sure they've got something else in the works that'll be out very, very soon. Next up, glad I picked this one up. I forgot I grabbed this one. This is some slamming brutal death out of Texas, Livingston, I think. This is Putrid Womb with Until the Bubbles Stop. That's some killer artwork, obviously, but I mean the album title and everything goes with that. It's just nasty. I don't have their debut full length. This is the sophomore release. I have the EP that was released very shortly after that debut full length, so I still need to go back and grab that debut. But this one's pretty solid too. Very heavy stuff. Glad to have this one into the collection. This is probably something that will be on the commute drive on like a Monday morning or something, when I have to put my sorrows away and take it out on the rest of the world. This is a great album to do so. This booklet is very, very thick, but we'll go through it. Hopefully I won't hit anything just too vile that'll get the video taken down. I might have to put it, if I do hit it, I'll just put a little black box or something up over. Slowly getting the hang of this editor and stuff. For someone that never edited videos before, just adding the stuff lately has been a bit of a chore in itself, trying to figure out how to edit and all that. So if the quality of the videos is kind of lacking, you know, I'm sorry, but I do the best that I can. So, and then I have a reissue here from the band Rotting. They've been re-releasing a lot. They don't have a ton of material out there, but this is a remaster reissue of the, I believe, a compilation that came out originally in 2000. This is the Forgotten. It's got some of the demo and EP materials. I think Hell's Headbangers, I know I picked it up from Hell's Headbangers recently, released the one and only full length that this band put out. I think that came out in 99 or 98. So this compilation followed shortly behind that. But killer style death metal. I mean, it's got that 90s, late 90s feel going on this, mid 90s. I love that old style of death metal. I think it's just because I'm old, but definitely glad to see some of these older releases getting to see the light of day and getting remasters and reissues, because some of the stuff was just impossible to find, and then if you did find it, you would have to take out a loan or something just to pick up a physical copy. So shout out to CDN, Hell's Headbangers, Doomed to Obscurity Records, Dark Symphonies, all these labels putting out reissues. I think Ben over at Iron Fortress, man, he was telling me that he's about to start focusing on some reissues as well. So excited to see some of the older materials that he's able to dig up over there. So nice little stack from CDN. Next up, I guess we can go with the Dark Descent box. As you can see, there's going to be one vinyl in here, but there's a CD, I think 2 CDs and a vinyl. This had a pre-order included, so it took a minute to get this. The Lucifyre pre-order of the reissue of the older kind of demo. I think it's like an old demo or EP or something that they released way back, and Dark Descent just did the remaster reissue, so I definitely had to jump on that and pick that up. You guys get to see me struggle with the opening. Not going to edit it out like I did on the last video. So, and it is packed up nicely. A lot of these labels been using this packing paper as of late. This is the second or third time that I've gotten something from different labels that have this paper in there. I'm not complaining. It's just interesting the way that they've all kind of implemented it at the same time. So, and it is taped up in there good. Very stoked about having this one. We'll go through that in just a second. Gonna have my hands full listening to stuff this weekend. I'm glad I am off work. I needed a break and have some killer stuff to listen to during said break. Alright, let's jump into it. I already mentioned it, so we'll open it up and I'll show you guys the Lucifyre. This is the Calling Depths reissue, remaster. Got a little crack on the case. I think that's a crack. It might be some tape, but I think I just did that when I was opening it up. Fortunately, I have a ton of replacement cases and stuff. So I saw this one on they had a Bandcamp sale going when I picked this up. It might have been like on a Bandcamp Friday a while back. It's been a little bit since this was released. I think the official release date on this was mid-April, but the pre-order was announced quite a month or two ahead of that. So I pre-ordered these a little while ago, but here we go with the actual disc. Lucifyre, you guys probably listen to this band. Very nasty, blackened death metal, just hateful, occult sounding stuff. And this is, with this being some of their earlier material, it has a very kind of raw aspect to it as well. Definitely looking forward to scorching my insides and listening to that one. Next up, man, I'm happy to have this one into the collection. I've been meaning to pick this up, and I've just been dragging my feet on getting it. So glad to have it in the collection now. We have Vile Apparition with Malignity. Killer release. This is just filthy, nasty stuff. Look at that. I mean, I have to see these dudes live. I really would love to catch them in a live show. Don't know if they ever do any touring around Memphis, but I've been slacking. I have not been to a single show this year, and it is May. That is terrible. And I'm hoping to rectify that. Actually, I have every intention of rectifying that this week. I'm actually going to see Marilyn Manson on, I think Wednesday is the show. So I am broke, but I'm going to make it happen. I have the tickets, just got to get there. And gas prices are redonkulous, but hopefully they don't gouge me on parking around the venue. But Vile Apparition, man, that's some nasty stuff. If you don't have this, it's linked up down there in the description. Check it out. I'm sure you'll want to grab yourself a copy of that as well. And then this one was a complete blind buy, and actually I had forgotten about it a little bit until right now. So this is Shine with Wrath Cult. And I have not listened to this at all. So if I listen to this and I don't like it, this will get rehomed. But Dark Descent is usually you can't go wrong with the material on their label. So I have a feeling I'm going to enjoy this. I'll probably end up doing a post on Instagram or something later, and kind of showing you guys my thoughts. The record itself, the wax itself looks sick with that kind of red and black marble going on, that swirl. So if it's any indication of what I'm going to get between the artwork and the actual look of the record itself, I think I'm going to be in for a treat on this one. So there we go. I'll show you guys that again. That just screams like it's going to be something that I enjoy. So I'm going to make me a little space, and then we'll open up this last record that I got in.
Red, orange, green,
Black.
All right, last but not least, we have a record from Hypaethral Records. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Maybe if I am, someone can get in the comments and correct me, I'm sure. But let me try to get this open without damaging said vinyl. There we go. This might be the one that makes me struggle. Well, no resaving this mailer, so at least the loud vehicles are going by while I struggle with the package, so I don't have to try to talk over some redneck making obnoxious noise out there. All right, we got that part done. Hopefully the hard part of getting this open is finished. There we go. All right. This is going to be some atmospheric black metal. I just happened to stumble across this one day, and I absolutely loved what I heard. I haven't heard the entire album. It was a pre-order, so I listened to the tracks that were available at the time of me pre-ordering it. Was very excited about it, and I wanted to go ahead and pick up the record and get the full length. I love it when labels put in this this little promo sheet here with some of the other releases from the label, and the owner actually wrote me a handwritten thank you card there for ordering. So I love it when people do the extra mile. If someone wants to pick up, I actually already own a digital of this, so if someone wants a free one, first come first serve. Have yourself some atmospheric black metal, kind of throwback black metal. It's very very atmospheric, but it has the kind of cold, darkened sense in some of the tracks as well. I hate opening up a vinyl with the Harbor Freight X-Acto knife, but we're going to take our chances today. The things I do for you guys. Let's get her open and we'll see what we got here. There we go. They have like some other options available as well. This is, I guess you guys want to know the name of the band, Eveale, with Enter the Woodland Realm. And as I was saying earlier, I just kind of stumbled upon this and absolutely fell in love with everything that I've heard so far. You can tell from that artwork there kind of what you're getting into with the album. I haven't been picking up atmospheric black metal the way that I was there for a while, but I actually did an order recently, just a few days ago, through Paragon Records that has some atmospheric black metal coming my way as well. So I've just I've been more of a kind of feral spirit lately, picking up death metal, death grind, even like black and death metal. So a lot of death metal stuff going on. Sometimes you just need a little bit of a change of pace. So here's the lyric sheet, has the thank you stuff there on the back and all of that, and it has the lyrics going on. And let's take a look at this kind of forest green wax we've got going. It looks darker on my camera than what I'm seeing. To me, it's kind of like this, you guys are seeing almost like an olive green, I would say. It has a lighter feel to me. It's more of a transparent, but killer looking album. It fits the artwork quite well. If you pick up that download code, definitely throw it down there in the comments so the people other people don't go waste their time trying to get it. So, but Enter the Woodland Realm, definitely check that one out. Eveale is pretty solid stuff. I believe this actually might be the second full length from this band. I'm not sure. This was kind of a spur of the moment find and purchase, and I liked what I heard, and I'm going to have to dig a little bit deeper into the band. You have the two band members there on the back. You have Steve, who is the Northeast Wizard Tyrant, and Alex, who is the Monarch of the Hillside. So very black metal style themes going on with that. It has a bit of a Tolkien-ish feel going on with some of the song titles as well. So definitely check out Eveale. Actually check out everything that I've shown in this video. As I was saying, it's all down there in the description at your disposal. My Instagram and everything is down there as well, so I would be honored if you go check out that and follow me there. That's all I've got for today. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. All you mothers out there have an awesome Mother's Day, and I will see you guys very soon. I promise.